has been banned in some of the games, but this should be very exciting. If you get hit by that one big double up, oh man, it is so scary the amount of damage you can deal in the early. Because again, we are expecting them to trade fair even against each other. So Uzi actually gets the first hit and some extra damage right after with Make It Rain.
Yeah, both players are starting E. brTT definitely taking the worst of that. And MF's passive is also pretty interesting here because the first auto within a certain amount of time is actually going to deal extra damage there. So if you get that one auto trade and then reset your passive on something else, it is going to give you a big advantage.
This is such a good start right now for Uzi because he's okay trading potion for potion when there's only one on the side of brTT.
brTT is pretty healthy so far, though. He actually did get a pretty good
He just got a very good one. Just as I started talking, he just decided to
gas
turn around.
Level 2, though. Got to back off, and look at that Q. Already, the double up getting a lot of damage down there. brTT does need to hit level 2 and is out of potions, so now he's getting pushed in. And if you have to base after getting pushed in and poked out, you're not going to have a lot of gold to actually work with if you can't farm this out pretty well. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, also early game mana issues for MF is very common.
Oh, the double up pass through.
So if brTT is forced to start using mana on CSing on the turret here or trying to land some poke that is pretty difficult to actually connect onto Uzi because there's so many minions, well then suddenly you might actually find yourself running out of mana.
And you'll see how important the positioning is. You can see brTT moving away from those range minions because a pass-through would be death at this point. He needs to be very careful. He's actually standing behind some pretty low HP minions there.
A little bit of a lucky timing right there for brTT though with the spawn of the heal. The fact that Miniwave had just actually pushed back Uzi's wave, so he had to leave. Important, brTT picks that one up, but as we saw here, the potions have been traded.
Yep.
3 for Uzi means he's now sitting on basically full HP.
And now, oh, he gets a pass through, and if brTT can have a good trade like that, this could be the all-in.
brTT so low right now. Uzi does have enough mana for double up.
That's such a big advantage now for Uzi. I think brTT was looking for the all-in there, but Uzi simply backs off, but it's the summoner advantage now for Uzi. It's a CS advantage for him as well. Push it in, base, have a better buy. You have the 2 summoners, and you can look into posture very aggressively and go for the kill.
Just makes it easier to keep sitting in the front and trying to zone as well. I really like the pickup of Biscuit, is what we talked about in the very first one-on-one we did, where things like Biscuit and Future Market are so effective in the early game, and that is all you want in this one-on-one setup.
Uzi did actually elect, so he did take Biscuit Delivery, but he took Cosmic Insight, which I actually think is much worse than Future's Market as far as the 1v1. I mean, 5% CDR
it's not
going to be so much less of a big deal than, say, 3 extra potions, which is what he actually could have afforded on this base. He would have been able to come back with 5, which is such a massive amount of regen, but brTT, as expected, has a double Doran's Blade. He's going to need to get to some very advantageous trades if he wants to get back into this, because he is down on farm, he's down on gold, and it's going to be a bit problematic, but he is running Resolve, he is running the Doran, so he's going to have more lifesteal, he's going to have more sustain in a really long, grinded out type lane because of that. With the Iron Wind, with the second wind, as well as the Iron Skin, and the lifesteal from the Dorans.
Luckily though for Uzi, Biscuits and Potions are just a guaranteed amount of HP you get back, and especially Biscuit is amazing when you get to use it in lane. brTT not connecting that one, but Uzi returns the fire.
Even for the mana, honestly, in a 1v1,
exactly.
it gives you 40 maximum mana after you use it permanently, which is a pretty big deal in this mana-hungry, poke-it-out style.
I mean, we've seen a lot of 1v1s now where it also comes down to the mana, like how aggressive can you play? Uzi can now sit and keep trying to fire away on brTT because he feels like he has enough mana to do it.
And Uzi is 6. brTT is not. If he can get it all in here, he could look for the kill.
brTT gets to run away, no barrier on his MF. Uzi still sitting with both summoners.
I mean, brTT, he's in such a hard spot, though. He's so far down on farm. I feel like at this point, you just have to accept you can no longer win on farm and stop spending mana on the farm, try to get a base, try to look for an all-in, because that's the only way you're winning this when you're already 25 plus CS down.
But obviously for him, he needs to make sure the wave is actually dying, so Uzi doesn't get a lot of free damage on the turret, and that is exactly what he's doing here, because that is the other way he can still lose. Of course, Uzi just gets a ton of free time to kill the tower. What's important here is get barrier, once again off cooldown, go back, get full HP, full mana, and then next time you have ulti, see if you can get an all-in.
It's going to be tough, though, because Uzi's going to have the ulti earlier. That's actually a pretty long cooldown. I don't even know if he's going to really get to it before he's so far down, right? I mean,
then you got to
already
the poke.
65 CS to 40. I feel like the only way that brTT wins this, if he can get a really good all-in. And honestly, when you're down quite a bit on items, that requires a double-up pass-through. That requires some sort of game changer.
We need a few of those, honestly, to hit onto Uzi, where he doesn't get to return a whole lot back on brTT.
Summoners are back up, though. So, I mean, really, if you can get that one big advantage, if he fails a double up, if Uzi fails a double up that does not pass through and hit you, and then you can get one that does hit the pass through and smokes Uzi for a couple hundred damage.
There we go.
That could be the change.
That's a big one for him, obviously. If you're able to stay to the side of the minion wave, there's a much lower chance it actually will bounce and hit you in the face. If you're staying right behind the caster minions, there's a huge chance it will hit you. So you see Uzi's positioning is constantly near the wall to make sure that he doesn't get a big one in his face.
And Uzi knows all he has to do is push the wave. Like, he doesn't have to take any sort of fights, right? He has such an advantage that even if brTT can hit a couple double ups and really poke him out, he can base. He has such a big cushion on the minions here. 20 CS.
Uzi heal though, looking for potential all in. Uzi's ulti is now being used as well.
Does get a bit of a chunk down there, and Uzi, again, just pushing out the wave, trying to poke down on brTT, has another potion available, but Uzi has a couple potions. Uzi can go back and get control of those health relics, and he still has the itemization advantage.
And again, as you highlighted earlier, like brTT's second tree being, you know, with absolute focus, which is good for him if he's above 70% HP, doesn't really give him any extra sustain right there. And then the movement speed as well doesn't really help him when it comes to keeping the mana going, keeping his HP up. Uzi's investing so much by getting things like Biscuit. Knows he can play extra aggressive because he will get a lot of that mana back as well. And brTT is looking for potential all-in to win this game.
Yeah, he knows he needs to go for something. Like, you cannot just sit back. And Uzi is backing off, though. He's using the minions to his advantage, and every time you shoot when you're standing by that cannon, the cannon is going to turn on brTT, but he does have his ultimate. That is one of his major advantages right now, and he's got to look for it.
Oh, he's looking for it right now! He's going for it!
Oh, so low. brTT is trying to get out of there, but is going to have to base. Looks like he survives, but Uzi needs only 2 more waves. He's already at about 90 CS, and with brTT going back to base, you have to feel like it's pretty much wrapped up.
It should be over right here. Uzi knew he just had to dodge the ulti. He walked straight out of it. Still had both defensive summoners he could use. And yeah, brTT tried what the only thing he basically could do at this point, the all-in.
It was a good try, but we're actually going to see Uzi make sure he's going to go back to base. He only needs 4 CS, so
this man really wants to win.
Really smart. He is being extremely sure that nothing can go wrong.
So brTT right now needs to actually stand behind Uzi's minions and deny any sort of easy CS for Uzi.
He needs to get up there, like, already. You need to be up there.
Get in there.
Because that's just one wave, and the ultimate is available for Uzi. Uzi can just walk up and ult the wave, so you got to fight right now and hope that you can win because Uzi's going to ult the wave. There it is.
Nothing you can do at that point, but obviously the only thing at the end is don't actually even push the wave.
Yeah.
Just walk by it, keep your own minions far down near the turret, but this was lost earlier.
Yeah.
When we had